Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another speed build. I decided to build a mansion in Granite Falls. This is a 50 by 50 lot. I'm just obsessed with working on cabins, lodges, any type of mountain mansion, I guess you could say. And this one is a bit modern, but not super modern. It was inspired by this type of Scandinavian style. I used the Snowy Escape windows, as you can see here. They are so wonderful. Before Snowy Escape came out, I used the Island Living glass floors and I rotated them using Tool, which is also amazing. And I love rotating stuff with Tool, as you guys know. But these windows are just wonderful and it's much more convenient to simply use these windows. So I did that, I guess. I wanted to have this triangular shape in the front. It's a really bright and sun-flooded house. So I used lots of windows and I wasn't sure how to place them at first. And the house itself is relatively simple. So this is technically a bungalow. The area that you can see at the bottom right now, the triangular area, this is going to be the entrance area. I'm going to make sure that your Sims can access this area, and then there will be some stairs leading up to the rest of the house, and it's all on one floor, so it's technically a bungalow. Not a traditional bungalow, because in this case it would be just one story and that's it. But here I have the entrance area and all that, but the living room, the kitchen, the bedrooms, all these things are on one level. So I think if you enjoy a bungalow for gameplay, this one might be for you. And when I was working on a mansion recently, I don't know, I think it was the base game one, I forgot to add an entrance. Like, I finished the whole build, I finished the video, and then I started to play test and I noticed, oh my god, there isn't a way to access the house. And I was like, oh no. I was shocked, and then I made sure to add some stairs in the front so I could play test, and of course I uploaded the play tested version to the gallery. But a lot of you were leaving comments like, oh my god, there's no entry, the Sims won't be able to get into the house. But I fixed that, and here I was working on this house and it almost happened again, but I was kind of realizing that in the middle of building, so not at the end. As you will see, I'm going to make sure that there will be a entrance. So I'm building this patio area over here, or balcony, I don't know what this is, and below this I'm going to build the entrance so Sims will be able to access this house properly. So this has some type of lake or river theme. I really love to do that. I'm going to use a pool for this. At first I wanted to use a bridge, or wanted to build a bridge, because bridges are fun and it always looks fancy. The downside is when you are building a bridge and when you only have a really tiny pond or lake, the bridge is kind of obstructing the view and you can't really tell that there's a lake, and I don't like that. So I decided against a bridge. So there will be a beautiful pond or small lake in the front, no bridge, and your Sims will just walk up to the house on the left side, as you will see. I then incorporated another triangular area just so it looks balanced, and I wanted to have this kind of Scandinavian look, lots of wood. It's really bright. At the same time it looks a bit gloomy for some reason. I think it's because of Granite Falls and the light over there. It's like really dark. And I also used a triangular shape at the bottom for this. And I incorporated so many areas for Sims to hang out on the outside. I also wanted to have a round patio or balcony. I just used a round foundation piece, as always, the one with a fence attached to it. You guys know it. I always do that. So I pick it up, I make it smaller on both sides usually. I remove the fence using the sledgehammer tool, and then I just place it. And at first I wanted to have a super round shape below this area, and it just wasn't looking right. I actually built this area twice and then I decided against it, and I'm just going to add some type of rectangular area. This build is like really rectangular and square. There aren't a lot of round shapes. It looks really geometrical in some way, I guess. So I decided against incorporating a lot of round shapes for once, but it was hard. You guys know I love my round shapes, and I know that a lot of you enjoy them as well. But here this is like a completely different theme. We only have this round balcony, and I raised the terrain in the beginning, as you saw. I made sure that a part of the build is kind of floating, as you can see. So I'm going to place some columns below, and they function as stilts. You technically don't need this. Like, you can really just defy gravity in this game. You don't have to place any stilts below or something, but I did that so it looks more realistic and so it looks right. And what I did was I started off by building this triangular shape in the beginning, the one that is going to be the entrance area. And then I built just a floor on top, and when you do that, your floor piece is floating, and this way you don't have issues because of the foundation or something. This way you can just have a floating floor piece. This is the same method that I'm always using when I'm working on bridges, for example. But when you want to have this type of look for a house, when you want to have a floating area, some type of overhang, when you want to have a house on stilts without using the stilted foundations, then this is the way to do it, in my opinion. Or one way to do it. There are probably also other ways to do it. And then I used the terrain tool just to lay out the shape of my little river or pond, whatever that is. I'm going to expand it a bit later on. It's going to be a bit bigger. And then I used just the pool tool to fill in the area. I used some debug rocks just so it looks more natural. And a little disclaimer that I'm always giving when I'm working on these lakes or rivers, whatever, always make sure that you are using the pool tool, because when you're using the fountain tool, you can't place anything above. So in this case, for example, I have my floor piece above this river. So if I would have tried to use the fountain tool, it would have told me that there can't be anything above. So this happens a lot when people try to build bridges, for example. Always use the pool tool. You can always block off your pool in case you don't want your Sims to enter this area, for example. But I mean, why not? Just having a great day at the river, having a swim, why not? But you can always block off your pool if you just want this to be decorative, for example. And it just worked on the rectangular area that I mentioned earlier. I just wanted to have an area where your Sims can sunbathe, which is always great. Also, talking about the sun and hanging out at the river, over here it's the opposite. We had so much snow. It's like a winter wonderland on the outside, and this hasn't happened in like a decade, I think. It's crazy. It's like a real proper winter. And when they said that it's about to happen, that there will be so much snow and that it will be windy like a blizzard or something, I was like, okay, when is it going to happen? I was looking out the window. No snow, it wasn't windy yet, and then I went to bed, and when I was waking up in the middle of the night, I was looking out the window again, and there was just so much snow, and it was so windy, and I was like, oh wow, it's happening. And the next day we went for a walk, and it was still so windy and so cold. I was like, oh my god, I have to go home. It was so beautiful. We just wanted to experience the whole snow adventure. This isn't happening that often, as I said, and going for a walk is always fun, just calms you down and all that. But I was freezing, even though I was wearing the proper clothes. I mean, probably not. If you really wear proper clothes, you shouldn't be freezing, but the wind was making it so much more intense. We were also shoveling so much snow, but right now it's much better. Like today it was super sunny and the snow is still there. It's still freezing cold, but it was like really like a proper winter wonderland. No snow shoveling anymore because there isn't any new snow, but because it's so cold, the snow isn't melting yet, and it's just really beautiful. We probably should have went for that walk today when the sun was out, but it was like a really intense experience. And I know people from Canada or somewhere are like, oh my god, this isn't bad. We always have this, and that's true. But over here it doesn't happen that often, and in the next days, at night, we are supposed to have like minus 16 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. I looked that up. It's 3.2 Fahrenheit. Really cold. Like, it doesn't happen that often over here, as I said. I know it's nothing compared to temperatures in Canada in the winter or something, but I'm just having my winter wonderland experience. And I almost felt like building a really snowy build again. I was really in the mood, but I was like, oh no, not again. We had so much snowy builds recently when it was Christmas and all that. Let's move on from that. But I don't know, maybe you would enjoy a snowy build again. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about a snowy build. And is it snowing where you are? How is the weather? Do you also have some wonderful snow or not? I don't know. Let's just leave a comment down below. Also, here I'm working on some trellis, and I did the same in the front of the house, but I haven't talked about this yet. So I used a base game debug object for this, and it's like some type of wood plank. You don't even need two for this. You don't have to rotate it. It comes in the correct direction, so you can simply place it like that. You can see it, or you could see it down there, and you just have to go to the debug menu, you just have to filter by base game and you just have to scroll a little. I mean, this is always the case when it comes to the debug menu, I guess. And I placed a plant on top, which is also a debug object from Auto Retreat, I think, which is perfect because I built this in Granite Falls, which came with Auto Retreat, so this is perfect, I guess. And here at this point, the build really came along. I had worked on the landscaping. I was really happy with the trellis. On the right side, I placed a hot tub, so it's really luxurious and just different things. And now I'm starting to work on the floor plan a little, and as you can see, the stairs are leading up, and on this level here we have the bedrooms. This here will be the bedroom area. I separated it from the rest of the house. I built a hallway, and the rest of the house is really open floor plan as always. And most of the time I will build a big kitchen and all that, so I tried to separate the whole bedroom area from the rest of the house, which is always a great idea when it comes to a bungalow, I guess. And this here's the kitchen I'm already starting to furnish, and I wanted to have a really open and modern kitchen. I didn't use any regular cabinets, just a shelf as you will see, and I wanted to be a bit creative with this. So this is some type of shelf that I found, and I just placed it inside the counter, and then I placed just some decoration on top, some condiments and stuff from Cool Kitchen stuff and Dine Out, and also a plant, some type of cookbook or something, just some decoration. And I didn't want to have some traditional cabinets. I wanted this to be a little bit different. As you can see, I used some huge windows on this side of the house, which makes it more sun flooded and happy. And for me, the appeal of a house like this in a world like this is just being able to look out the window, and you have so many, just the landscape is just so wonderful, and this is such a beautiful world. I love Granite Falls, and you can use this as a vacation home. You could technically just place this in Granite Falls, and you could use it as a rental lot, but you can also place it in any world. You can use it as a regular residential lot on a 50 by 50 lot or a bigger lot, so 64 by 64. But if you really want to have a luxurious rental lot, some type of cabin, you could of course totally place it on this lot here, and it's just perfect for that. So I definitely had Granite Falls in mind while I was building this, of course. So I wanted to have these huge windows. I don't know what's going to be behind these windows when you place it in a different world, I don't know, but Granite Falls is just stunning. I also used some of the furniture from the new Paranormal Stuff pack. I really like these sofas. I like this table. I'm going to use a lot of these objects in a lot of build, I feel like. Like sometimes when a new pack comes out and there's new furniture, I just fall in love with an object and I use it all the time, all over every build. Just like this rock over here from Snowy Escape, this fake fur rock. I just love it so much, and sometimes this happens, and I feel like this sofa is going to be a staple in a lot of my builds. These paintings are OCC gallery art. I'm going to give credit in the description box, so you will find all IDs over there. I'm going to check out which ones I used for this build. I can always recommend OCC gallery art. You guys know I'm obsessed, just so wonderful. You can make any build more special, and it's OCC. So this is wonderful. As you saw, I just furnished this triangular area, and I decided to place an easel in there, so it just makes sense. Your Sims can just stand there and they can overlook the landscape, the whole forest, just the wonderful nature. And of course you can just paint anything over there, but it just made sense to me to just place the easel over there. This is one of the bathrooms. All bedrooms are an ensuite. There are 3 bedrooms in total, and I then built a bathroom over here, which is really huge. It's really spacious. I almost felt like I had no idea what to place there. We have the walk-in shower and then the bathtub. I don't know, it's like so big. I wanted to have a really huge, luxurious bathroom, but then it almost felt a bit empty. But I don't know, maybe it's better this way than just having a really small bathroom. I don't know. You can't have too many bathrooms, and there isn't a bathroom which is too big, I guess. This is important in this game. And this here is just some type of office area. I placed 2 tables. These are from Discover University, and you can only use them with bar stools. I placed 2 computers, so there are just enough for the whole Sim family, I guess. I don't know, you just can never have enough computers in this game because you need them for so many different things. So I just wanted to have some type of fancy office area. This here is a living room area, so you have a formal living room where you can entertain guests and just hang out, and then this little TV corner. And this is one of 3 bedrooms. This is a kids room, and I built a yellow pink one and a blue yellow one, just really colorful. These sofas are from my first pet stuff, so I wanted to have some really colorful, beautiful kids rooms. So there's just 1 master bedroom and 2 kids rooms. I again use so much space for the landscaping, and I have this really spacious interior, so there are only 3 bedrooms. But I mean, my last one was big. Like, my last one had 9 bedrooms, so I hope it's alright that this build has 3 bedrooms. And there isn't like a proper garden. We have the lake in the front, and then I built all these different areas with the trellis on top, as you saw. So this is like kind of a substitute for a proper garden. I built one patio that has the hot tub, another one with just a table and some chairs, some type of barbecue area, also a barbecue grill. And then in the back, as you will see, or you already saw that, we have the pool in the back. Again, lots of trellis on top. And after furnishing all these bedrooms, I will just work a bit on the garden or patio area. So I don't know, I just raised the terrain in the beginning. And whenever you do that, you just lose so much space, kind of. I mean, I really love using the terrain tools, but when you just raise the terrain, you have a slope. It's sometimes difficult to really incorporate a proper regular garden where you just have a lot of lawn and all that. So here, the whole outer area just consists out of all these balconies or patios. But I mean, it's in Granite Falls. There's so much nature around this lot. You can always just walk into the forest and experience nature, I guess. Here you can see that I just placed another hot tub, of course, another table. So this is like the area for your Sims to have a pool party or to just have a swim, to just hang out. And I then decorated the area around the house just with some debug rocks and some trees and all that. And this is almost it, actually. At the end of the video, you will see some screenshots as always. And as always, this build is available in the gallery, fully furnished, CC free and unmodded. You can find all the information down below in the description box, including the IDs for the NoCC gallery art I used, and including my ID, which is KateEmerald, by the way. So if you want to, you can check this build out in the gallery. I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are doing well. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye!